So I'm Haley. This is Isaiah.
And I'm Jason.
We were so naive. Like, we went into it thinking like, oh, like people have babies all the time. We can do this, and we're going to have the nurse there, and we're going to have, our doctor's going to check in on us, and it's going to go smoothly, and it's going to go great. And we were just so naive and
stupid.
We weren't stupid. We were just naive. We didn't do our research and know. And we learned a lot after the first one, and after experiencing the trauma that we did, I knew that I wanted extra support, because you were amazing, and you were as supportive as you could be, but we needed someone to support him as well, because there's moments where, he needed to step away and get a breather, and you weren't really able to do that the first time because there was no one there to step in for him. So I think that's one of the biggest lessons we learned from the first one, is that we needed extra support. It really just made all the difference, because I felt like the first go around was so, I felt really alone, and it was very scary.
I felt extraordinarily alone and scary, and I think fear was a major component in both of the labors, but I think with him and having taken classes and having labor help, it definitely made the biggest difference. It was night and day in comparison of the two experiences.
I don't think we even knew specifically what we wanted until she sat down with us and kind of almost pulled it out of us.
Well, we didn't even heal from the first time until she sat down with us.
That's true.
Just having that VBAC class was the biggest amount of closure you can possibly get from, having the experience we had with Layla the first time.
Right.
I came in with this preconceived notion that fathers were in the background, kind of like just tech guys for a musical.
Holding the boom.
Like holding the boomstick, like we're here, but we're not seen.
Yeah.
And that wasn't the case. Like, it felt good to have someone validate my feelings and say, this is your labor. You guys are laboring together.
It felt like our experience versus you bearing witness to my experience.
And just having her say that made me feel more connected to you. And I don't know specifically what I did differently. There was a bunch of stuff that I'm sure I did differently with the education that we received, but it just made me feel more connected to you, and it made me feel more a part of rather than left out. And I think with Layla, I just felt left out.
She was able to provide, I feel like, a professional perspective and clarification to help us process that birth experience in a way that we could step into this birth experience feeling like we had healed from the previous one, and like we were confident and capable to not only do this, but to actually enjoy it and to be present in it. There were moments in my labor where it was incredibly intense, and you get in this this space where it feels like it's just you, and it was like having Sarah there and having her being there and supporting us and helping you know how to support me in those moments, like pulled me out and made me feel like we were all laboring as one together. Like it was a really beautiful experience compared to the traumatic experience that we had the first go around. And it made me feel supported, and it made me feel encouraged and confident and capable, and not like I needed to check out, but like I wanted to be present in those moments in my birth. And it still didn't go exactly like we wanted it to at all, but having the support at the end of it made it feel like a healing experience, and I don't feel like I could have felt any better than I did.
I think as a guy, I definitely wanted to give you all the support in the world and be there for you and be everything for you, and that's just not realistic, you know. And it's very difficult to see you suffering and usually always be able to alleviate what suffering you're going through, except in this capacity. And having someone who knows us intimately, knew our desires and our goals, and walked us through the process ahead of time.
I felt safe with my nurse, focusing on the medical aspect, and then, you know, Sarah there for the support to help us with processing things, explaining things, and that's where I feel like Sarah was so instrumental, that in those moments, like, she was there to explain, you know, to me or to you, to let us know that, like, things were okay, this is what's happening, and oops, sorry, Isaiah. And I just felt so much more like less anxiety, less fear, and better taken care of holistically. Like,
Yeah.
it seemed like you had more confidence just knowing there was someone right there that at any moment, if you needed to step away, that I was going to be well taken care of.
It was like running two separate marathons, like two marathons. And with Layla, the race was like running the race without a crowd for support, without any water stations, without, you know, any medical assistance. And then Isaiah's labor was running a marathon with an EMT at every like mile marker. You know, she put like a hydrating water bottle backpack on me, and yeah, I felt safe and protected myself, which made me and rejuvenated me and gave me energy to make you and focus on you, making you feel safe and health and, you know, and happy.
And I did.
It was a much more synergetic experience where I felt like, you know, they're taking care of you and I'm there supporting you, but I have someone supporting me and giving me the things that I need as well, so that I can take care of you.